Thinking about a character dining experience on your next trip? We have you covered. Hi everyone, it's Adam from Disney. Character dining is a great way to meet some of your favourite characters and enjoy some seriously good eats. Let's get started. First, what is character dining? Disney has a number of restaurants where you can have a meal, either buffet style or table service. Throughout your meal, different characters will come to your tables. You can have interactions, so talk to them, get pictures or autographs. The big perk here is you can meet these characters that you would otherwise have to queue for. When it comes to princesses and some of the big names like Mickey and co, having a character meal can save hours of time queuing. For example, Princess Pavilion often has a 2-hour wait. You don't get to pick which princess you see at the end of the queue, which can lead to disappointment. Whereas the princess dining restaurants, you can enjoy a lovely meal, meet 2, 3, maybe 4 princesses and some of their friends without needing to queue. Now these restaurants are more expensive than your standard meal, but if you're on a dining plan you can use your dining credit towards the cost, but depending on which plan you're on, there will usually be an upcharge. Any silver and gold annual pass holders can take advantage of their 10 to 15% discount on food and soft drinks. There are currently 4 character dining locations in Disneyland Paris, and let's start with restaurants in the parks. The first one is Plaza Gardens, situated just off Main Street. This buffet or all you care to enjoy restaurant offers character breakfasts and dinner for €80 for an adult and €40 for children, and has a sort of Victorian pavilion theme. If you've been to Florida, it's very similar to Crystal Palace. This is an extensive buffet and you will find something here even for the pickiest of eaters. And the food quality we think is pretty good. Character wise, you can expect to meet classic Disney characters: Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, Pluto, Tigger, Eeyore, Hook, Pinocchio, Geppetto and others. Note, you won't see all of these in one sitting. You'll typically see 4, 5, 6 characters and they do rotate day to day. Our top tip is if your dining plan comes with breakfast in your hotel, you can use the value of that towards your character breakfast at Plaza Gardens. Not a lot of people seem to know this. Your second character dining option, and a personal favourite of mine, Auberge de Cendrillon. Situated in Fantasyland, Auberge is a 3-course table service menu that costs €100 for adults without wine, or €120 with wine, and €50 for children. The theming here is royal with a capital R. Inside you're transported into a beautiful medieval banquet hall with stone archways, house flags and stained glass, which gives you a real royal theme for a special meal. This can be booked for both lunch and dinner, and in my opinion the food here is top notch. It's probably my favourite character meal. In this restaurant you can expect to meet predominantly princesses, so think Cinderella, Aurora, Merida, Sleeping Beauty, Pearl and Susie, Cinderella's friends. The characters you'll see on your visit do vary, so you're not guaranteed that mix. Now this is a pretty pricey meal, but in our opinion it's worth it for the food alone. When you add in that you can save hours by avoiding queuing at Princess Pavilion, this becomes very good value. And finally, at the time of recording this, there is a pop-up character meet bar in Discoveryland above Starport called Lounge Lightspeed. Here you can enjoy a drink and a small cookie and meet DBX droids as well as other Star Wars characters. This is currently running until late September 2025 and we hope this will be back again next year. Moving on, and let's talk character dining at hotels. And there are currently 2 options, both in the Disneyland Hotel. We'll start with Royal Banquet. This luxurious buffet offers an incredible selection of food, and this is a higher quality than the character buffet options at Plaza Gardens. However, that higher quality comes at a higher price. This costs €100 for lunch or dinner for adults and €50 for children. You can expect to meet Mickey, Minnie and their classic friends in their royal outfits. The restaurant itself is beautifully themed and beautifully decorated, and the food here is the star of the show, with an incredible range of savoury items and some of the best desserts we've ever had in a buffet restaurant. The theming on these is amazing. Now this is definitely a splurge, but for a special occasion, this is worth it. And finally, there is La Table de Lumiere in the Disneyland Hotel. This is a table service restaurant offering a 3-course menu for €120 without wine, or €180 with champagne, and €60 for children. This has a great variety of food options, and in terms of theming, this is inspired by the Hall of Mirrors in Versailles and Beauty and the Beast. A big perk for this restaurant, in addition to the characters, is its location. This restaurant is in a perfect position to see the fireworks, and character-wise here, you can expect to meet Belle and Adam, Aurora and Philip, and Cinderella and Prince Charming, sometimes with some of their friends. The one drawback in this restaurant is it can only be booked by those staying in the Disneyland Hotel, and like Royal Banquet, the food here is elevated and it's definitely one to try for a treat. Now let's cover some top tips for booking that character dining. Because these are all super popular restaurants, getting a reservation isn't always easy, and if you're staying on Disney property, you'll have access to book your reservations within 12 months of your stay. If you're staying off property, reservations open up 2 months before your visit. If you are staying off property, don't panic if you can't get a booking. Keep checking the app in the run up to your trip, as guests often book lots of options, and then as they get closer to the day, their plans change, people cancel, and space can open up. Even on the day itself, if you haven't managed to get that reservation, you can try a walk up and chance your luck. In our experience, this works about 25% of the time. And finally, let's cover a few other ways you can meet characters. All Disney hotels have character meets, so if you're staying on property, be sure to max out on this. There are character meets throughout the parks, and the Disney app tells you when, where and who, and it's worth getting there a little bit earlier if you don't want to spend too much time in queues. If you're an annual pass holder, you can meet characters at the pop-up surprises building when this is available. And finally, if queuing to meet characters isn't your thing, check out the parades and the afternoon shows where all of your favourites will be performing. Whilst you won't get one-on-one interaction, it's a great way to see everyone in a short space of time. We have video reviews on Plaza Gardens, Royal Banquet and Auberge on our channel, and we'll leave a link to those in the description. And that's another video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you've liked this content, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and hit that notification button for more. This is Adam, and until next time, just keep swimming.